North Carolina faces a massive cleanup after tornadoes tore through the state over the weekend. The death toll stands at 22, and the property damage has yet to be assessed. Now, my next guest deals with business loss from natural disasters. FM Global is the world's largest commercial property insurer, and Shivan Subramaniam is its chairman and chief executive, and he joins me now for a CEO sit-down. Shivan, great to have you with us, and I hope I pronounced your name a little bit correctly.
Closer than anybody else can get to.
All right, thank you.
Right, yeah.
Tell me about FM, because in reading the history of the company, this is an organization that was started with a particular focus on safety in the workplace. The idea being that if you can control accidents or prevent them from happening, lessen the probability, that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the history of the company.
It started with industrialists in New England who felt that they did very good things in protecting their properties from having losses. And this is in the early 1800s. Most of them happened to be textile companies that tend to burn down because of the cotton dust.
Right, fire. That was the big danger.
And they did certain things that sort of controlled the fact that didn't allow fires to get out of hand or not have the fires occur at all. And they went to the insurance companies and said, listen, we've just improved our risk because we don't want to have the loss. So you should charge us less. And the insurance companies congratulated them and thanked them for their efforts. And they said, you know, insurance is all about a whole range of exposures. Some of them good, some of them bad. So thank you very much for reducing the overall profile, but you're still treated as a textile company that burns out at regular frequencies.
So what happened? They got together, right? Because it's FM, Factories Mutual.
Right. So they got together, and they started to say, well, what if we all come up with some best practices in terms of how to reduce the chance of a fire and how to control it if it does occur and how to recover from it if all of that comes to be. And that started to really resonate with all the other owners, because if you're an owner of those facilities, you very quickly realize no amount of insurance is going to compensate you if you have a loss. You know, loss of market share, your clients are waiting for a product, they can't get the product, and pretty soon they find somebody else. So the loss from those things are significantly greater than the insurance company writing your check. So they figured if they had an insurance company that just focused on prevention and insurance secondarily, they would be in a much stronger position. That's how the factory mutuals are born. So when these other companies all over the United States start to see how these textile companies got together and did this, so then the manufacturers in the Massachusetts area got to go do that. Some people in the Midwest started to do that. So pretty soon, you had close to 100-odd factory mutuals all over the United States with the same principles. And so they had a common engineering group that provided all the engineering services, and each of them had their own balance sheets. And over the years, they sort of, you know, as things got bigger and bigger, they sort of collapsed one into the other. And in 1999, they were down to 3. And in 1999, we became a single company called Factory Mutual. And today, we're the largest at what we do. A bunch of engineers in the insurance business. And we come.
You were saying during the break that you tell people at cocktail parties that you're really an engineer, because it sounds a little bit more exciting, you know, than being in the insurance business.
If you tend to say you're in the insurance business, they all walk away.
They walk away. Well, we're not walking away from you.
That's right.
Tell me what has happened as a result of the earthquake in Japan.
Well, the way I look at it, all kinds of things have been happening in the last 90 days. When you think, we start off with, you know, with a major flood in Australia, we went on to an earthquake in New Zealand, and now we're on to Japan. So a couple of things that come out to me from all of this is, one is, if you're a business enterprise and you planned in advance for a disaster and you planned how you're going to respond, in this disaster, the odds are you're going to have market power, and you're going to have pricing power, because a lot of your competitors might not be able to do what you're doing because they didn't have a robust supply chain plan as you did. Step one.
We're going to have to leave it at step one, which means you're going to have to spend some time with us in the future, educating us more. I want to thank you very much. Shivan Subramaniam, coming to us from FM Global.